So our next match is men's doubles, and it features the former world number twos, Kamura and Sonoda, up against the European Championship bronze medalists, Christiansen and Daugaard. After that, we'll have women's singles, and Sina Newell has virtually made this event her own. She's been in 4 finals here, the 3-time former champion. She's up against Jindapon, and then we'll have mixed doubles and the European Championship gold medalists, the Adcocks, against the pair who beat them in the first round here last year. And then we'll finish with women's doubles. So as the court officials make their way onto court, a chance for us to look at the men's doubles draw. And as far as the draw is concerned, well, yesterday a couple of headliners, and that was Mads Conrad and Mads Koling losing in the first round. So too the #1 seeds. There you can see right at the top of the draw, they won the first 3 Super Series tournaments this year, but they lost in the very first round here of their home event, losing to the European bronze medalists Astrup and Rasmussen. So, of course, our match is the second quarter there. In the top half of the draw, we're concentrating on Kamura and Sonoda against the Danes Christiansen and Daugaard.
Ladies and gentlemen, Takeshi Kamura, Keigo Sonoda, Japan.
Number 6 seeds this year.
Mathias Christiansen, David Daugaard, Denmark.
Number 5 on the world ranking at the moment, this Japanese pair. Their opponents are 20. And for the Danes, this is only the second time they've appeared in a second round of a Premier Super Series event. The only other time they've done so was their home event last year, the Denmark Open. Lost to the pair that got through to the final is Sara and Puapets in Denmark. The toss of the coin. Here is Metspelu of Estonia, our umpire for this one. And they're the man that never seems to stand still. Keigo Sonoda. Very fidgety player on courts, always on the move, even in between rallies. But first his partner, Takeshi Kamura, 27-year-old, and he was born in Karatsu City in Saga. Number 5 on the world ranking, as I was telling you, and they've twice been quarter-finalists here at the Indonesia Open, making their 5th appearance this year. Also 27 years of age, from Yatsushiro City in Kumamoto Prefecture. And Keigo Sonoda and his partner, well, they've been in 2 semi-finals this year. That was the Malaysian Super Series and the Asian Championships in Wuhan. Now, in their first match here in Jakarta, well, it was sad news for their opponents because Chen Hongling and Wang Qilin had to retire injured in that second game. They'd been on court for just shy of the 30-minute mark, and we certainly wish them well for a speedy recovery, that pair from Chinese Taipei. So to the Danes, bronze medalists at the European Championships just a couple of months ago. And there is Mathias Christiansen, born in Bornholm, island in the Baltic Sea off the south coast of Sweden. Famous, of course, because of Bornholm's disease. It's a heart condition named after the island. I'm not quite sure why, but maybe you can tell me later, Steen, why that is. David Daugaard, he's 22 years of age, and he was born in Copenhagen. 20 in the world ranking, at the moment. This is only their second appearance here. Last year they lost in the first round. First round this year, though, they beat Hoki and Kobayashi of Japan, and it was a very convincing win too. 21-16, 21-13. 35 minutes. Well, we've just seen in the men's singles player reach a first ever quarter-final at Premier Super Series level. I wonder if this Danish pair can do the same. This, as you can see, will be the third meeting between the two pairs. Last time they met was in the very first round of the German Grand Prix Gold, and I can tell you that the Japanese pair were the #1 seeds in that event. What a close second game it was, though. 25-23. So there is Idris Natspalu of Estonia, who I was telling you about. And in fact, I talk about the Danes never having reached a quarter-final of a Premier Super Series event. Steen, they've never actually reached a quarter-final of any Super Series event. So this would be a huge leap forward as far as their careers were concerned if they were able to win this.
Yeah, that would be amazing for them. They've just started their sort of Super Series participation. They're ranked as the #4th pair in Denmark and have to select carefully which events they enter due to funding and so on, to fund quite a bit of their travel themselves.
Actually played together as juniors, didn't they? They were silver medalists at the European Junior Championships.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Takeshi Kamura, Keigo Sonoda, Japan. And on my left, Mathias Christiansen, Daugaard, Denmark. Mathias Christiansen to serve, to Takeshi Kamura. Level. Play. Service over. 1 love.
Maybe a little bit of nerves in these early stages.
Yeah, and also I talked to Mathias Christiansen yesterday at breakfast, and he was actually feeling a little bit ill. I don't know if he switched on too much aircon or anything, but I haven't heard whether he's still feeling ill. But we'll have to see how it goes.
As in cold or,
Yes.
or bad food?
No, cold and sore throat and so on. Typically, if you leave the aircon on while sleeping.
Yeah. Well, he certainly played well enough yesterday in the mixed doubles with Sarah Thuesen, didn't they? Because they beat Praveen Jordan and Debbie Susanto.
Yeah, but that was on Monday, on the very first day of the tournament. So they played the men's doubles yesterday and managed to win that. So
yep.
not too affected, I suspect.
Absolutely. Well spotted, yes. Of course, the qualifying was on the Monday, then the first rounds of the... Was it women's singles and mixed doubles?
It was.
On the Tuesday, and then the other 3 disciplines first rounds yesterday.
Yeah.
Oof. Yeah, hesitation.
Play. Play. 4-1.
Here's the Danish coach, Thomas Daugaard, giving advice from his position. He was actually coaching the two players in their club, or the recent club. They've changed club right now, but for 2 or 3 years they were members in the same club where Thomas Daugaard was the club coach, and now Both players and coach are in the national team. Of course, Thomas Daugaard, former Danish top player himself. Won the Denmark Open with and Jorgensen, I suspect, in the mixed doubles.
Service over.
And there's a lot of directions coming from him. I can hear it up here. Apparently not right on the game plan from the beginning.
Fault. 3, 5.
Thomas was a semi-finalist here in the mixed doubles as well. 1996 with Anne Jorgensen.
Yeah. Oh, that was going wide. Yeah, the first one that David Daugaard chose to return, that would have definitely gone wide, but well-placed smash here
6
from
3.
Sonoda. And I was a little bit disappointed, Jill, because I was I met him at the elevator going down from the 10th floor, and he was standing perfectly still. And I was also disappointed that he was taking the elevator, because I would have suspected him to sort of run down from the 10th floor. He's always in movement when he plays the men's doubles here.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Well played, well played.
Brilliant. Great disguise.
Thank you. Kamura-san. Thank you. David.
There's Thomas on the right as we look at them.
Yeah.
Jakob Boy, the other coach. Just wide.
A good start for Sonoda and Kamura, and a little bit as expected in my opinion, because they have extremely fast racket skills, the two Japanese, and they also move really fast. Should give them a little bit advantage in these playing circumstances here. Very important for the Danes to be disciplined, and I think that's what Thomas is calling from outside, that they should try and challenge in the service situation as much as they can. Well played.
Yeah.
5-9.
Mathias Christiansen.
Stay on court.
I'm not sure about this Bonholm disease, what that is exactly, but I can tell you that it's very distinct, the island with its dialect, and also that it's an island, so you have to go there by ferry, and that's actually the nickname of Mathias Christiansen, the ferry, or just ferry. and in Danish, Færgen. So sometimes you'll hear his partners call on him and say, Færgen! That means that he's to intercept.
Oh, that's good placement of the smash. Aim towards the right hip, and that's exactly where he placed it. Mathias Christiansen getting in all sorts of a tangle on his defensive play. Look at this. Yeah. Do you just defend forehand or do you defend backhand?
Mathias, play. No. Stop it. You don't do that. Here, yes, yes. Play.
A lot of discussion as the Danes want the court mopped, and we've used this long time discussing it as it would have taken to mop it, in my opinion.
They seem to get caught in two minds there.
Yeah, exactly.
7-10. Thank you. Thank you.
Again, directions from Thomas Daugaard.
7-10.
Of course, it takes a very good knowledge between player and coaches to give that many directions, and that's where their long partnership, the three of them, comes in handy.
8-10.
It was sharp there, was Sonoda. And it is the Japanese pair who have a 3-point advantage at the mid-game interval. I can see what he was trying to do. He was just trying to get it past him into the mid-court area. But Keigo Sonoda just too sharp.
We're actually having the Japanese sound while we're seeing the Danes here in the coaching situation. So we're not able to fill you in on any of the
So I can't
teams.
ask you to translate then, Steve.
No. To you, it might have sounded the same.
No, I did realise that.
Play.
Too flat, it's gone long.
12-8.
This is where it takes a lot of discipline here because of the playing conditions. If you're not in a really good position, you've got to play a little bit more careful.
Good rally.
Wow. Excellent work by Keigo Sonoda. Much more active at the net than we've seen him for a while.
38.
They've been lying a little bit low, the Japanese pair, since the Superseries finals. Lost in the final there.
Yes, to go Shem and Tanwei Kyong, who sadly aren't here because of injury worries to both of them. One's got a bad back, one's got a bad knee.
So one can hit and the other one can run. That's not enough.
It's over. 9-13.
Well, we wish them a speedy recovery. 'Cause
Yeah.
it'd be wonderful to see them fully fit at the World Championships in Glasgow.
Good shot there by David Daugaard.
13.
Well played.
Very well worked.
Service over. 40-10.
I remember last year, Steen, the Japanese pair eventually lost in the quarterfinal to Mads Conrad and Mads Koling, but in the second round they'd beaten Bo Mogensen. Am I remembering correctly, was that Bo's first tournament back after illness?
No, it was Mogensen's first tournament.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, probably
Mogensen.
also Bo's. No, he played the Thomas Cup.
Yes, he did.
That was
Yeah.
their first tournament back, and they beat Li Junhui and Liu Yichen in the first round, and then lost to Kamura and Sonoda. And there was a very tough battle going on for the Olympic ticket there, where it seemed like Bo and Mogensen would have the upper hand since they beat the young Chinese pair.
Service over.
But then Conrad and Koling beat Asan and Sechevan in the first round, so the Danish pairs have been a bit tough on the Indonesians here the last 2 years.
David.
And also beat Kamura and Sonoda quite comfortably in the quarterfinal. It was 12 or 13 or something like that. It's well played.
Silver.
And it's
12.
when Danish pairs are playing the Japanese pair here, it's quite easy to figure out what to do. The Danish preferred net players got to beat the Japanese net player. That's what's going to happen. And you're going to get the attack. If you don't have the attack against this pair, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Silver. 16. 12.
And is one of them a preferred front court player, in your opinion, or are they pretty much equal, two Danes?
That's a good question. That's a good question. I think Mathias Christiansen is the more dangerous of the two players. Steeper smash, whilst Daugaard got the better defense. But none of them are really preferred net players, in my opinion, yet.
Yeah.
Or preferred net players in terms of what's needed here.
Oh, good defense.
Yeah, fantastic.
Got to be the longest rally of the match so far. Well, early on in that rally, Steen, just exemplifying what you were saying, that neither of them really able to finish it off from the front of the court, either of the Danes, despite having opportunities. Yeah, last couple of shots of the rally, they weren't really the interesting part. Yes, longest rally, as I suspected.
12. Play.
And again, they just can't finish it off. They
No.
keep the pressure on.
Court. Service over. 13, 18.
Is that just going up a level of competition? Why they're struggling with that at the moment?
Yes, I think so, because it's working perfectly in Europe, where you can play with preferably Mathias Christiansen as the front court player, and he can intercept and get big advantages. here the situations where he intercepts are not big enough. The advantage is not big enough.
18.
So they have to develop, but yeah, it's been a while since I've seen them play, so maybe they've done that already.
Play.
Oh, good flick serve.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
15, 18.
Yeah, wasn't fooled that time.
Service over. 19, 15. David, David, David. No throwing sweat. Yes, but you do it without delaying the game. Okay, without delaying the game is rule. Okay? Play on. Play.
Well taken.
Service over.
Great awareness. He was sort of
16,
ducking and
19.
fearing for his eyes, I think. And then suddenly loose shot from Kamura.
Desperation defence there once again. Off his knees.
Yeah, but this is one of these tricky situations where Sonoda and Kamura, they've more or less been in control throughout this first game. So if they were to lose it, that would be devastating for them. And the Danes would feel it like a steal and suddenly get back into the game. I feel they've gotten into the game here, but still the Japanese pair with the upper hand, it's just not so easy when it's close here. A run of good points and
17,
you take the first
19.
game.
Great exchange, great defence. Turning their defensive play into the opportunities to attack.
Service over.
Well, it was
This
long
is one
before that.
spot. Play on. This is one drop. Play on.
There's again discussion going on against the not against, but with the umpire and the
20,
Danish pair.
Game point. 17. Play. Play. Play.
Yeah, I understand Kamura. He says all the time, indicating the Danes are discussing all the time, and I mean either abide with it or warn them to play on.
Opening game to the number 6 seeds, Takeshi Kamura and Keigo Sonoda. 21-17 in a
First
little
game
over
won
21
by
minutes.
Takeshi Kamura, Keigo Sonoda, 21-17.
That's a lovely change of pace. Final shot to close out the opening game. Far more proactive at the front of the court, the Japanese pair. Look at that, they didn't even move for that last one.
It's a great block by Kamura.
super shot. So 21-17 in 21 minutes.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Sonoda.
Well, I think we only got the tail end of that with the court microphones there being switched up enough that we could hear that.
Yeah, but it was very telling. It was Thomas Daugaard saying, hey, it's maybe 2%. We're short. And then whilst leaving the court, he says, it's before 11 we lose this first game. It's not after the interval. And that's correct. Because they were trailing at 11. So it's a little bit to be not...
Mathias.
He's probably got a sense that the Danes are a little bit discouraged that they lost this. That they lost this game.
Yeah.
And he actually feels that they are pretty much in the game. So
Second
they're
game.
about to turn this around.
Level.
Yeah, good coaching. Here we go, second game.
Play. One. Love. It's over. 1 all. Two. 1.
That got deflected, didn't it? As
Yeah.
it crossed over the net.
Service over. 2 all. Service over. 3, 2.
Oh, good defense again.
Well played, well played. Wow.
Unbelievable. Well, how on earth did Takeshi Kamura recover? He was lying on his back at one stage in that rally. Look, he's down, but not out.
Thank you. Thank you. Service over. 3 all. Play.
hurt himself?
Yeah, I think he tripped a little bit.
Daugaard. Yeah, there's a little pained expression on his face. Yeah, was that her left ankle?
Yeah,
Or knee?
I think it was the ankle. I think this shoe maybe got a little bit stuck.
We'll keep an eye on that. Concerned by the body language after that rally by the Danes. Gotta remember the coach's words.
Service over. 4-5.
Just too much defending, in my opinion, from the Danes.
Yes, there is.
And I'm not quite sure how they turn that around.
They have to block it a little bit more in the beginning from the service situation, and then they have to be patient. We saw that fantastic rally where Takeshi was on the floor. I thought they overdid it a little bit by blocking, so they have to mix it up. But if the chance is not good, they can't continue pushing because the Japanese pair will counterattack them, and they can't, like we see here, they can't put up with that.
7-4. Over. 5-8.
Much better when they try to take the pace out of the rally of the Danes, but it's got to be in the service situation.
Another excellent flick serve.
7-8.
Deep corner. Back level.
That was 4 quick points. That was just what they needed because they looked a little bit down at 4-8.
Yeah, it's another good flick serve starting off the rally.
8.
Clever, clever play from Kamura. Backhand smash with full pirouette and then plays the perfect disguised drop shot. There we are.
Mathias, can you show him there as well? On the line, on the service line. Wipe the court. On the service line. Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Impassioned as always. Did you get any of that?
Yeah, there was something about when
Service
they get
over.
at the net, it's very
9.
okay to just play a straight block instead of pushing, because a lot of it comes back cross then. And then, can you hear me? Yes, they can. Everybody in the hall can hear you, Thomas.
Out.
But that's necessary because, I mean,
Service over.
sometimes you don't really know whether the players
10.
hear you or
9.
not.
Service over. 10. All.
So to the big game
It's
interval.
over. 11-10.
And in contrast to the opening game, here in the second, it's the Danes who have the advantage. Just 1 point advantage.
Scored 120 seconds. Scored 120 seconds.
Skal vi blive ved med at køre serveren ind i tid? Hvor mange kan være lidt? Serveren ind i Tefis.
Get ready, please.
Only managed to hear one thing, and that was that they would serve towards the T spot. That means where the short service, or the front service line is meeting the,
11-10.
what's it called, the middle line,
The centre line.
center line.
Play.
So fast onto that
11,
low serve.
12.
Good play from Kamura.
there's a catch to that defense that he's got here, David Daugaard, and that is that he's standing a little bit too far back, in my opinion. We've seen him vulnerable for these soft touch shots by Kamura.
Yes, clearly the longest rally of the match so far. We had one in the opening game of 42.
Line touch, line touch. Thank you.
But I thought as the match was, that last rally was in progress, Steen, that the number of opportunities that the Danes appeared to have to finish off the rally and set themselves up for the winning shot, and yet they weren't able to do that.
No, and that's where they're struggling right now against players of this level.
And Yang Pohan, Chinese Taipei versus Vladimir Ivanov, Ivan Sozonov, Russia. Umpire Irianto Idris, Indonesia, and the service judge Abdul Latif Jauhari, Indonesia.
Yeah, it looks a little bit tired to me as well.
Yeah. That long rally that got to them, I'm sure it did.
This is where you need mental discipline.
14.
4 straight points to the Japanese pair.
Service over. 13, 14.
It's lucky for the Danes that they just managed to get it below the tape to Sonoda here. So one of the things is that when they play back home against the other 3 Danish pairs, Daugaard and Christiansen, if they want to win, they should never play the way they have to play here, because at the moment they're getting beaten in the service situation game by the other pairs. I would suspect they would be.
Yeah.
But they have to play it because they have to learn it. Because it's so useful against other pairs. There it is again.
So what you're saying, that in the sparring situation,
Yes.
even though they know that won't be able to beat the other Danish pairs, they must make themselves do it
Yes,
to make the level of their game higher.
exactly.
Yeah.
They must do it and learn from the other Danes. We know Bo and Mogensen are really good
Yeah.
in the service situation. The other 2 pairs are getting there as well.
12.
Seven of the last 8 points to the Japanese pair. Oh, that's a gift for them.
Yeah, that was a lifeline.
14,
Yeah.
17.
They haven't really flicked here, have they? In the second part of second game. Oh, there it was.
15, 17.
I remember a couple from earlier in this second game.
Yeah, but wasn't that in the first part of it?
Yeah.
Where they
Yeah,
sort
you're
of
right.
got,
You're right. Yeah.
got back into it.
Service over. 18, 15.
I was saying to
15.
Mathias there, but good play from Keigo Sonoda.
Play.
2 points away from a third quarter-final here at the Indonesian Open, the Japanese pair. Well taken.
Service over. 16-19.
Oh, it's now or never for the Danes.
Wide.
In between the two Danes. Softened up with a long, hard, grueling rally once again. And now it's match point opportunities.
Thank you. Service over. 20. Match point. 16. Play. Game.
Only needed the one. 21-17, 21-16 in a little over 45 minutes. Well, it's a good experience for Christiansen and Daugaard,
Match won by
but the class,
Takeshi,
I
Kamura,
think, of the
Keigo,
number 6
Sonoda,
seeds
21-17,
showing through today.
21-16.
Their experience, their know-how to finish off the rallies, to put pressure on. Is the final rally. Push from the net, from Kamura. And they're through to a third quarter-final here. Fourth quarter-final at Super Series level this year for Takeshi Kamura and Keigo Sonoda. So 21-17, 21-16. So after that men's doubles, next on court is women's singles. And it's Saina Nehwal, the three-time former champion. She's been in 4 finals here. She's up against the 26-year-old from Thailand, Nicharon Jindapon. After that, it's mixed doubles, and then we finish with women's doubles. So plenty more action.